All right, so we want to switch gears a little bit now. We're going to talk about the Cooperative Credit Union League in Trinidad and Tobago and the event which is coming up on the 15th of June, the 15th to the 20th of June 2018. We have with us the president of the Cooperative Credit Union League in Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Joseph Remy. Good morning and welcome.
Hi, good morning to you again, and it's always a pleasure to be on this program.
Mr. Remy, we just saw those guys dance. I was thinking, I wonder if Mr. Remy could do those things, boy.
Well, yes, still.
Yeah, when? A few years ago? Oh, you still do it? Still do it? You see?
Yeah. There's talent that you don't know exists.
Yeah. And they had a really positive message there. They were on the block, and
right.
dance was able to get
them off the block, and allow them to express their creative ability.
It's a good message that they have for young people.
I wish a lot more young people could get involved in those things.
It is something that we can hope
does happen. We still live with a lot of hope.
So you're here this morning as we talk about the Cooperative Credit Union League in Trinidad and Tobago, the umbrella body for credit unions in TNT, and you all are having the 61st International Convention and 47th AGM in Trinidad and Tobago from June 15th to the 20th, 2018.
Okay, the credit union movement is a global movement. So in Trinidad and Tobago, the Cooperative Credit Union League is the national umbrella body. And we belong to the regional umbrella body, which is the Caribbean Confederation of Credit Unions. And on an annual basis, the Confederation holds their annual convention and annual general meeting. And they carry to different destinations because the convention is both a developmental, educational initiative and also an opportunity for the Confederation to generate some revenues that it could continue its developmental work. So this year, after 20 years, Trinidad and Tobago is hosting this convention in Trinidad and Tobago. And we believe this is an opportune time for the local cooperative credit union movement to display its significance and the role that we have been playing in the socio-economic development of Trinidad and Tobago. So this convention is going to take place from the 15th of June. It is going to end on the night of the 19th of June. And the convention hotel is the Hyatt Regency. And to be honest, we believe this is the largest convention we have ever had for quite a long while. So far, we have topped the 600 mark. There are going to be 625 persons participating in this year's annual convention. And this is the largest ever. We could boast that is the largest ever because we have marketed Trinidad and Tobago as a destination that the Caribbean people and some of the international credit unionists would want to be part of. And what we have done as a league is to put together a package in addition to the educational and developmental programs. We have put together a package which we believe will give people an opportunity to get a taste of the true Trinidad and Tobago culture. So from arrival at the airport, we are going to have some cultural presentation. They're going to be welcome Trinidad and Tobago style. Then we take them to the Hyatt. And on the Friday, we are going to have a youth forum. Just as I saw displayed by these young people here, we are going to give the youths a chance to express themselves. And they are going to speak to two topics, the issue of social media and the impact on youths, and what is their 2030 vision for the credit union movement. So they are going to get together in workshops, talk to us, and outline to us what their views are in terms of the credit union movement.
Yeah, and the last time you were here, when I was here, we spoke about the importance of credit union and the role that it can play in the lives of people. But what are some of the roles that the credit unions do play in the socio-economic development of a country, as you mentioned?
Okay, what we do, we have given the average ordinary citizen an opportunity to become an owner of their own entity. So the structure of the movement is such that every member is also a shareholder, and they are allowed to participate actively in the affairs of the credit union. And in that way, it builds their capacity, their internal capacity in terms of economic development, in terms of their social interaction and all the other things we do. And it gives them a chance in terms of financial management and financial planning, because one of the major foundational philosophies of the credit union movement is education and development. So all credit unions have an education committee, and it allows them to develop their membership. And in that way, it permeates through the society. Because of the number of persons we have who are members of credit union, we have over 500,000 members in Trinidad and Tobago, which carries at over 500,000 people who are members. So when we engage in educational activities, it stretches throughout those 500 members and it filters down to their family. So basically we touch almost every citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. And that, we believe, is what has provided some stability in Trinidad and Tobago, particularly in the situation we are in now. So we believe that the cooperative credit union movement and its business model is an ideal model that could take us forward. And that's why we believe this convention is critical to showcase what credit unions could do, because the convention is educational, but it is also going to touch on the social and cultural aspects of the Caribbean. And one of the activities that now let me just talk about the Saturday, some of the program activities. On the Saturday, we are going to have the official opening and the launch of the convention. And that is also going to have a cultural interlude to bring people into the convention. And at the formal opening, the Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Keith Rowley, will be doing the keynote address on that afternoon. It's going to start at 4 o'clock and it's going to end at 6, and then we'll have entertainment thereafter. On the Sunday, we are going to have workshop sessions, and then on the Sunday night, we are going to have what we call a Caribbean night, where the 19 countries are going to display their cultural expressions and bring together those kind of things. And on the Monday, we are going to have workshop sessions, and the Monday night, we are going to have a cultural explosion on the waterfront, where we will provide pan, calypso, extempo, and soca. Blacks is going to be featured. We have panellers, we are going to have flabberge, we're going to have Black Sage, we're going to have Myron B. We're going to give the Caribbean participants a touch of Trinidad and Tobago culture. That is a paid event that is being held by the league, and the admission is $425. It entitles you to things to eat on as free. And on the Tuesday, we are going to have the annual general meeting, where the convention, the Caribbean body, is going to discuss its business, report to its delegates and its affiliates, and at the end of the day, we're going to have a closing banquet on the night. One of the initial features we are going to have is on the Friday night. We are going to have a boat cruise. It's a Caribbean sailor cruise. We are going to go on the Point Loma that is going to leave from the waterfront just by the breakfast shed, and we're going to take the participants throughout, a 3-hour trip on the ocean. And we believe that what we have done is to put together a package that will allow us to bring some kind of add value to the whole movement. Some of the featured speakers we are going to have, we have Dr. Aubrey Armstrong. He's going to be doing one of the main presentations. We're going to have Mr. Anthony Watkins. He's also going to be doing one of the main presentations. And then we're going to have Dr. Terence Farrell, our local economist, senior economist, who's going to be also doing one of the feature presentations. And in between that, we have a lot of presentations on different aspects, particularly things like the IFRS 9 standards, the issue of cryptocurrency, which is now a major issue in terms of how we do payments. Right, so we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about the AML and the CFT, anti-money laundering and counter-financing of terrorism. So it's not just play. We are going to be talking about serious business that impacts on the way the credit union movement operates, and how we, as a movement, could rise above those things and continue to add value to people's lives. So we believe it's a very packed program. We believe it's an opportunity for us to demonstrate the resilience of the cooperative credit union movement, and not just the resilience, the significance of this movement to the continued stability of Trinidad and Tobago. And we believe more than ever now, the cooperative credit union movement needs to find its space to bring about that stability in the country. Because we are seeing the crime rate is gradually increasing. There is a social fallout, there's an economic fallout, people are crying out, and they are running to the credit union movements for salvation. What we need is the regulatory support, the governance support, and the political support to ensure that this movement continues to survive. And it's conventions like these that brings out the value of the movement. And we want to give some commendation to the government for this kind of support they have given us in staging this, because this is a major tourism trust for Trinidad and Tobago. We are bringing the Hyatt Regency sold out, and the Radisson is sold out for that weekend. So you could understand the impact that it's going to have on tourism in Trinidad and Tobago for that 5-day period. And as such, when this is about the diversification of the economy, because we are talking about convention tourism, tourism around conferences, that we have the facilities here. Once we promote Trinidad and Tobago in a particular way, and we believe the cooperative credit union movement is well poised because of the wide catchment area we have in the region. We are touching over 200 and something thousand people over the region, and we believe that we should be given that opportunity to bring more persons to Trinidad and Tobago and spread it out to the region and give each one of the Caribbean countries that opportunity to deepen the reach of the cooperative credit union movement.
Mr. Rambi, before we go, could you just give us the information once again as it relates to when the events are taking place, the time it starts, the costs attached, and that kind of thing?
Okay. The convention starts on the 15th. We are going to have our youth forum on the 15th, which is Friday the 15th. And that is going to be, let me just say that every item is completely sold out. I want to say that straight up, right? So it starts on the Thursday. We're going to have participants arriving. On the Friday, we have the youth forum that is from 9 to 12. We have people from the JSEP program, which is the secondary schools cooperative program under the auspices of the Ministry of Labor. They, together with youth arms of credit unions, are going to be participating in that. On the Saturday, we are going to have the official launch of the program. And as I said, that is where the Prime Minister is going to do the keynote address. On the Sunday, we're going to start off with a general session going to be done by Aubrey Armstrong, talking about the power of change. Credit unions, the power to change the future. And then we have breakout sessions in terms of unleashing world-class customer service, IFRS 9 reporting standards, AML and CFT, and we're going to have a town hall meeting in the afternoon on Sunday. And on the Monday, we're going to be talking about, Anthony Watkins is going to be talking credit unions, vehicle for visioning and transformation. And then we're going to have breakout session on holistic succession planning, blockchain technology, managing risk for sustained resilience, and changing for progress and longevity in your credit union. Then we're going to have on the Tuesday, the last general session is going to be done by Dr. Terence Farrell, and he's going to speak to the issue of promoting economic justice in the Caribbean. Can credit unions help? And that is going to be the structure of the developmental aspects. And again, let me say, on the Friday, we are going to have our Caribbean boat cruise. It's a cooler line. It's $250, and we invite all participants to follow up the Point Loma and come and network with your Caribbean colleagues. On this Monday, we're going to have the cultural explosion on the waterfront. Again, it's a minimal cost of $425. You have complimentary corn soup, complimentary pilau, and you're going to be entertained by all the top local talents, pan, calypso, extempo, and soca, and we will be inviting participants to join with us as we celebrate the regional cooperative credit union movement in this our 61st annual convention and AGM.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Joseph Remy, the president of the Cooperative Credit Union League in Trinidad and Tobago, for telling us about what we can expect when you team with the Caribbean Confederation of Credit Unions to have this forum in Trinidad and Tobago. This is Good Morning Trinidad and Tobago. We now have your market activity on the Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange.